Zachary
Yes, Cat.
Quinto.
Quinto.
You do Star Trek, the hugest kind of franchise you could wish for.
I have activated the device, Captain.
To really big, solid projects on TV as well. 24
I need to find Jack.
Heroes,
I have a kind of a power.
American Horror Story,
I walk straight to my car. Do you understand?
and then the littler guys
Yeah.
like Margin Call
Right.
or Break by the Wedding that you're doing now.
I like your moves, buddy, but now's not your time.
I'm always better off when I'm busy, and I like to be challenged as much as possible, and I see the proportion between challenge and fulfillment, so I like to push myself in that way.
Most challenging role then that you've ever played?
I think the second Star Trek movie was probably, because we'd already done the first one, there was a lot of expectation, and I had to train and, you know, like really do a lot of action and ass kicking.
All right, show me a move.
It was a year ago. I can't remember anything.
Who are you afraid of hurting, me or yourself?
Both of us.
Okay.
I am, surprisingly, alive.
So, if the second Star Trek was the most physically challenging, what was the most emotionally challenging?
Oh yeah, you know, this character that I played on American Horror Story in the second season was probably the most disturbed and abhorrent individual that I've ever played, and that takes a kind of emotional toll, I would say.
You made me give you my intimacy, and that is a wrong that I need to make right.
It's super creepy.
Speaking of super creepy, I thought on Heroes,
Yeah, also
you were the
super creepy.
scariest.
Everything's gonna be okay, Maya.
What is it about you that people think, I know, creepy, scary, bizarro, not the norm, that guy?
I feel like, you know, all of us possess a certain level of shadow, and I think it's important that we look at it just as human beings. And so I've done that in my life, and maybe because I've done that, I'm able to portray characters that live there a little more readily, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, don't ask me. You're the answerer.
My ability is not just understanding how things work. There's a hunger. I couldn't control it. It turned me into a killer.
So what's the shadowy part of you?
Oh, that's a separate interview.
No, that's this interview. What did you think? You were going to be on The View here?
I
We're
mean-
going for it.
This isn't The View?
Damn. I do look a lot like Whoopi Goldberg, but seriously, what's the shadowy part of you that you've delved into that's made you accessible to these roles?
It's a good question, Kat. I feel like, you know, I spent a lot of time in therapy because I love therapy, I love psychology, I love the exploration of the psyche, but, you know, I feel like it's about integration. It's about, you can't have light without the dark.
It's interesting you bring up therapy because I've been thinking I'd like to go to therapy because I want to be a better parent. I want to
Great.
figure out how to level my expectations. I want to figure out how to stop having a bad temper. And so I'm thinking I want to go into therapy.
Have you ever done it?
Here and there. I think it's hard to find a great therapist, somebody that you really gel with.
And it requires an investment.
And why don't any of them take insurance? Why don't you take insurance, shrinkers? See, the world would be a lot less crazy if you'd start taking insurance.
That's probably true.
You shouldn't have to be a A-list Hollywood star to get therapy.
I wasn't, by the way, an A-list Hollywood star by any stretch of the imagination when I started.
But then it gets you to be a star. So if you go to therapy, you get famous. Great. It's like Scientology.
I don't think... No comment on that one.
Natural. Cheekbones. Very good.
Done?
Done.
Yeah, it's not good.
So you want to talk about Break Up at a Wedding?
I'm really excited about this movie that I produced in about 11 days. In about 11 days in a hotel by JFK.
Okay,
Our
you,
friends.
first of all.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna get you a weekend there
Thank you, thank you.
as a thank you.
So,
Who breaks up at this wedding?
yeah, is it the
The
couple?
bride and the groom.
Whoa.
They break up. They decide the night before the wedding that they're not going to get married. Like they're not going to actually go through with the illegal aspect of the marriage. But because everybody's already come for the wedding, they're still going to go through with the wedding and throw a big party for everybody.
I'm pretty limber for a guy my size.
You should come to yoga with me.
She's very upset about people breaking up.
Oh,
she's-
it's all going to be okay in the end, gal.
I think she's proposing to you.
All right. Well,
right.
we'll see what happens after the interview, girl.
Ugh. I love Gracie, but I have to say, she is stinky. So there's an odor going on. Unless it's you.
It's not.
Thank you so much for coming to talk,
That's a really
Stoop.
good note to end on, right, Gracie?
It is. L'chaim.
L'chaim. It was a pleasure.